Okay, I'm ready to get going. I got my slip solution right here. I'm gonna spray the bumper down. This is a pretty easy bumper to do. Not a whole lot to it. Make sure I've got my squeegee close by, ready to go. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a dry spot here. And then I'm just gonna take the film. Just gonna tack it on temporarily right over there. Just gonna stick that right there. Now, one thing that I forgot to do was I forgot to weed out the sensors. So now I'm just gonna, that's one sensor gone. Second sensor out. And third one, the tow hook cover is already out. Okay, now we're ready to go. Ready to install some film. Gotta get that thumbnail. Okay, sorry about that. Got our next vehicle outside that we're going to be doing is a 21 Ford F-150. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this Volkswagen badge lined up, or get the film lined up underneath it, I should say. Or should I worry about the sensors? You know what? I'm gonna try it a little bit different. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna get the tow hook lined up. Get some tack solution there. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to come over here to this sensor, get that sensor lined up, just like so. That is good. Now I'm going to get this Volkswagen badge lined up. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to come over here and do this sensor first. Okay, there we go. Now I can get this Volkswagen badge. Now that I've got these 3 sensors, or this tow hook cover and these 2 sensors lined up, the film lines up perfectly around the Volkswagen emblem. So just gonna get some tack solution in there. And we're gonna get that down. Okay, now we're dealing with some excess film buildup over here, so I'm going to pull the film back and get more tack under there. There we go. It's lined up perfectly. Okay. Now just temporarily, I'm just going to get everything lined up right here. So you got this sharp line right over here. The reason I was going like this with the squeegee over it is I want to make sure that there's no moisture caught there. So that's good. Now, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to stretch this sensor into place. There we go. Nice. Okay, that lines up perfectly. And then everything else lines up really, really well. So film goes right underneath the headlamp there, so you're definitely getting a whack load of protection. Okay, got that corner down. Now I'm gonna work this sharp line. Make sure there's no moisture being left behind on there. And then I'm going to work down. Just like so. I'm just going to take care of the middle right now while we're at it. So I mentioned this in previous videos. When I got some fingers that are building up here, even when they're minor ones, always want to go with the squeegee at an angle and saw them down. That way you're not going to run the risk of those fingers popping up. Okay, that's good. Just for insurance, I'm going to go over that area again. Now I'm going to get this lip down. Same thing. Good. No moisture. Now, what do I want to do here? So right now, if I get this sensor lined up, this corner lines up, and I'll have to stretch a little bit to get that corner to line up. So I think I'm just going to get that sensor down first. And then we're going to go from there. There we go. And then get that lined up. Just like that. That looks good. Got one little speck of dust right there. Just flush that out. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to stretch down over here and get this into place. Everything's lining up really, really good on this bumper. And I'll get everything there lined up. Okay, now, actually I'm going to worry about that last. I'm going to take care of this here first. So I'm going to work that body line. I'm going to kind of split the bumper. That way I don't have to worry about it. So I've got this excess film over here. You got a couple fingers popping up. You got some there too. Now I'm just going to get tack solution underneath the film. And same thing that I mentioned, I'm going to saw it down at an angle. Come over here, same thing. There we go. Squeegee fits between the headlamp and the bumper nicely there. Now, just like that, those fingers are nowhere to be found. Okay, that is good. Now we do have this really, really sharp edge over here. Now what I'm going to do is get some tack solution in there. And this is, I'm just going to push everything down right up to the edge with the squeegee. And then I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to come along over here. And I'm just going to push everything out. Actually, no, that's not working. Honestly surprised that there's not a relief cut here. I'm just gonna take and squeegee that down. There we go. And I'm just gonna come back and forth with my squeegee right in that little valley. Make sure there's nothing there. Nothing left, I should say. So as I'm sure you can hear, I've got some pretty good pressure on my finger. just making sure there's no moisture that's left behind in that valley, and there's not, so that's great. Now, one little bubble right there I can push out. Oop, that's soap. Okay, now I'm just going to flush this edge out here with some more tack solution. There we go. Okay, now that we have the driver's side done, we can work on the passenger side here. So I'm going to get this sensor down. Didn't use enough tack. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna get this corner down. Just sawing those fingers down so they don't pop up, and they're not. That is good. Okay. That is good. Sensors lined up. There we go. Go. Okay. Work it. Actually, you know what? I'll take care of this over here first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And there we go. Okay. I got everything out. Yep, that's a stone chip. Okay. That we don't want. Now I'm going to pull that all back, squeegee it down. crunch up the film there. Okay, that sits down nicely. Okay, there we go. Okay.